Derek Jeter never got ejected in his 20-year career. He played in 2,747 games, never got the boot. Very respectful player. Handled things with care. This is the closest he ever came to getting ejected. This breakdown is brought to you by Talkin' Baseball, the best baseball podcast out there. He got a 1-2 count. We're in the first inning against Toronto. There's a ball inside, 2-2, 3-2, a full count. He's coughing a lot. He's sick. Maybe that makes him more irritable. He didn't even really be irritable. And then, did he swing? No. Guys, why'd you ask? No, of course not. So he's on first base. Millar on first. Wow. For Toronto. That's fun. Now Swisher's up. It's a 2-0 count. They don't want Jeter taking off on the pitch, so they keep him in check. They throw it to first base, but only problem, it's a balk because he got to step to first base. He's got to step to first. He did. Nope, he didn't. Okay. Well, whatever. Here, did he step to first? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. I can tell you that that's a balk based on other stuff. I've seen pickups where it doesn't look like that. I've seen it where it does. Who knows? Anyway, then Jeter says, why don't I just grab third while I'm at it and throw to third? You're out. No tag. Come on, Blue. He never tagged me. Catcher's happy with himself. Not going to steal on me. He says, can I ask you a question? No, I can't ask you a question. He never tagged me. And the umpire apparently says, it doesn't matter, the ball beat you. So Jeter responds, what? You just have to catch the ball? You don't have to tag anymore? Huh? I'm not, what? Get out of here. So Topper's going to escort him down the line. Current manager of the Phillies, third base coach for the Yankees for a while. Joe Girardi, the manager, is going to come out because he's never seen his shortstop and his captain get that hot. And Jeter's going to say to Joe, he says, he said the ball beat me. Yeah. But he never even tagged me. And Joe's like, okay, thank you for the intel. I'll go have my own conversation now. So now Girardi walks up to the umpire and says, gotta make him tag him, Marty. That's just the way the sport is. All right, so here we go. It's a little bit of a swim move. Now, pulls the left hand back. The right hand comes in, and he says, no tag. Let's watch it again. He just puts the glove right down in the middle, and Jeter pulls the left hand back. The right hand's going to go around, and the right thumb is touching the base right now. The glove doesn't touch him until later on. I really don't know if they'd overturn it because the footage is tough, but the right thumb hits right there, and from all the angles, the glove hasn't touched yet, and then the glove touches. And Jeter is just, look at how shocked he is. He did not argue calls a lot. You know, maybe after an inside pitch or a pitch, he would just say something like, I don't think that's a strike, but he didn't argue calls in the middle of the field like this at all. And look how shocked that face is. And then when it cuts back to Girardi talking to the umpire, he's going to tell him, you missed the call. Don't make us ask you. You're out of here. So I guess he's saying, like, if we're not allowed to ask you about the call, then don't miss one, I think. And the umpire says, what call? What call did I miss? Well, the very call we're talking about, Blue. That's not a hard question. The call in question is the one he's referring to that you missed. And Jeter's in the dugout. Can't believe it. Marty Foster over there looking pissed. You know, Girardi got ejected in the first inning. This went on for a couple days in the media because Jeter told everyone after the game, I was told I was out because the ball beat me and he didn't have to tag me. Jeter said, I was unaware of that change in rules. And then his skipper, Joe Girardi, said, I didn't care for the explanation. Just leave it at that. Foster, the umpire, declined interview requests and asked John Hirschbeck, the crew chief, to speak on his behalf. Hirschbeck said that he had not asked Foster what he said to Jeter, but would discuss the conversation with Foster on Monday or Tuesday night. He did say, you just can't say the ball beats you, you're out. It's not a reason to call someone out because the ball beats you. It used to be that way, but it's not anymore. It's crazy that it used to be that way. And then a couple days later, that same crew was doing the Dodgers-Mets game, and they asked the crew chief, John Hirschbeck, about it again, and he said Foster told him a different story. He said Foster said, the ball beat you, and I had him tagging you, is what Foster told Hirschbeck he said to Jeter. And Hirschbeck said, I don't see a problem with that. Sometimes when tempers flare, you don't hear everything that's said. Now, I don't know why an umpire would say the ball beat you and I had him tagging you. You could just say, he tagged you, you're out. So the first part doesn't really matter. So then, like good reporters, they went to Jeter and they said, hey, did you hear this? He's saying that he actually said this, and Jeter wasn't buying it. When they asked if he heard him say, I had him tagging you, Jeter was quick to answer. He didn't say that. Jeter told the Post in a firm voice, he knows exactly what he said, and he didn't say that. And Thompson, the third base coach, echoed and said, I didn't hear him say that. Jeter says he understands umpires' missed calls, but was still incredulous over Foster's explanation and reiterated several times he didn't say that. So Marty Foster, what of it, punk? So there you have it. That's the closest Derek Jeter ever got to being ejected from a game. This breakdown was brought to you by Talkin' Baseball. If you want to get excited about the upcoming season, if you want to see the changes your team made, other teams, just get ready. Talkin' Baseball is where you got to go. Best baseball podcast out there, per the numbers.